Okay, welcome guys. So I'm gonna give you a bunch of tips and like little tricks maybe if you haven't started Elder Scrolls yet, or maybe you're just getting it for the PlayStation, PlayStation 4. Is it even on Xbox? I have no idea. It doesn't matter. But nonetheless, I'm gonna give you a bunch of helpful things to save you money, helping with research, helping with crafting, and helping get the most out of your character with the most ease, and how to place skill points at necessary points. Okay, all right. Starting off with the initial game, first thing you want to do is make at least 2 spare characters and use them solely as bank space, and this will save you hundreds of thousands of gold, like, very quickly, sort of thing. And you'll realise that as soon as you're increasing your backpack and your bank space, it starts to become 25,000, 30,000, 37,000, yeah, and so forth. And it's really, really not worth it for that extra 10 space to spend 39,000 in this game. That takes like a month of play, of like casual play, to get 30-odd thousand gold. Like, so unless you're selling a Daedric motif or something. So like I said, the first thing, make extra characters just to be the bank, right? Just to hold shit like crafting materials, enchanting materials, and items that I'll tell you about in a second. Okay, so obviously next you just want to get your character, and then we're just going to jump in, and then I can show you other bits and bobs. Okay, so when you're in game, the obvious things are to already get add-ons. Add-ons are incredibly handy. Go to ESO UI and just get a bunch of add-ons for the map. Mainly for the map will be like sky shards, and like as you can see, like there's the sky shards, there's lore books. I don't think I could show you where lore books are, because I think I've collected them in every single alliance. Yeah, but there's obviously showing the lore books. And just showing you where the red X is, quests, there, for example, the sort of quest markers, bits of this, bits of that. Just showing the handy things, because you can easily miss group bosses, dolmens, some dungeons, and obviously sky shards. You want to pick up all your sky shards. So like I was saying, the add-ons get straight away, especially the lore books, because that improves your Mages Guild stuff, and the Sky Shards one, and map as well. There should be one wherever it is, I don't know, but definitely get the Foundry Tactical Combat from Tamriel Foundry. That's also on the ESO UI if you don't want to go on Tamriel Foundry. Right, but there's millions of, well, there's not millions, but there's a lot coming for add-ons to be used. Obviously, get Undiscovered. Undiscovered gives you the red X's. Okay. So, skill points, like you get a bajillion skill points. There's more than, there's more than 300 skill points in the entire game. But during an alliance, you'll probably get best part of probably 80 to 90 from one alliance worth. Right, obviously one alliance on the map is just like that blob. Right, that's the alliance. What's this? Celine's web. Oh, that was bugged when I tried to do it, but hey. Right, so there's a lot of things you need to be doing with your first character, mainly crafting side of things, right? So when you're roaming about, I haven't got these anymore because I got all my skill points back, and because then I didn't need to waste them on these then. But when you're initially starting, you want to get your keen eye on the ore, on the cloth, and the enchanting, which is there, and also woodworking. You want your keen eye on all them, because you want to gather as much stuff as you can when you're starting in each zone, because you haven't got a secondary, or you haven't got your main character to be crafting you anything now. You're starting off with your new character, so you want to be gathering as much as you can, and you can start crafting your own gear, right? You want to start researching everything as much as you can, and you want to be leveling up these as you go, right? So yeah, it may seem like it's a lot of skill points, but really it's okay, because you can hit max crafting very easily. As you can see, Like you're saying, when I go on about research, yes, it's very, very time consuming, and chances are you'll fill it up within, you'll have your items, boom, boom, they're on, sort of thing, and then you're overloaded with items that you don't need. But you still got to research. So you use the guys who made spare bank spaces, put them item pieces in the bank, use your other character, pull the item out and let them hold it, right? Because you always want to be researching, because things take 25 days, like look at that, 25 days to research the final one. So you don't want to be wasting days upon days looking for certain things. Like for example, like what I messed up here is now I've only got 2 things researching, but I've got a lot of things I need still to uncover on that. So, and chances are I've had these traits before, but I've just deconstructed them way in the past. So I'm saying, you can have 8 characters initially, make even 2, 3, 4, 5, make all them extra dudes and just load them with gear that you need to research, and do researching on your main character, your starting character, and that way, so once you're done with a character, you can then go on to, like, if you've been using a Dragon Knight for your main, and then you'll be like, oh, I want to use Sorcerer now, and luckily you've just researched over your time playing as a Dragon Knight, you've just researched a bunch of staffs to use, you've researched restoration, you've researched this, that, or even a shield. They're all researching it, even if you're not using them with your main character, at least you're constantly researching everything. And the traits are incredibly handy. 2 seconds, that's the phone. Okay, so obviously the phone rang and I completely forgot what I was talking about, so I'm going to move back onto skill points. Obviously, like whatever I said about the researching, just constantly be researching, and if things are full for researching, put it away with your bank people, just so you always got something to pull out, carry on with the research, right? So always keep track of it, right? So you want to, quick as you can, obviously at the start you're getting skill points and there's so many things to start sticking them on, but you want to get your intimidating presence and persuasive will straight away, as soon as you can, because there's so many quests that this will help out, either speed the quest up or to save you. Like sometimes you got to like persuade people or intimidate them, and if you haven't, you got to bribe them with like 300 gold or 600 gold kind of thing, and that's probably more than what the quest is going to give you gold wise. So get these 2 quick as you can. It seems a bit shitty because you're like, you need it for this passive, this thing, blah blah blah, but no, get these, right? Also, when you do end up starting to unlock a lot of things, and then it does get quite overwhelming, but before you start getting, like, when you get your two-hander, you do two-hander or whatever, before you start just unlocking them all and just spending skill points on them, and then you realise you don't like them, just start getting passives first. Passives are handy. See which ones work the best, especially in your class skills. This is where you got a million things. You'll be like, use it for a bit, realise it's complete shit. Oh, that's changed since the update. That's changed colour. That's cool. Yeah, so you really want to just get the passives that are really appropriate, because they're the ones that are going to help you, even if you've chosen the wrong skill, because there's a huge chance you're going to unlock something, realise it's complete crap, and then never use it again. And that's a common mistake. And like I say, you don't want to be wasting skill points on things you're not going to use. So obviously just look at some people's builds, some ideas, but always go for the passives, your armor. Select which is going to be your main armor. Obviously you'll mix it. Chances are you'll mix it with a bit of light and heavy, or medium and heavy, or medium light, whatever. But just try and get as many as you can, apart from the one that says equip more than 5 pieces sort of thing, because if you mix the things you might have 3 or something, and that way you've only got 4 of the others. So just watch out for that you don't select that if you're not actually using 5 pieces, and that goes with all of them. Yeah, that goes with every single one, right? Obviously my guy's maxed out with everything just for the hell of it. What's it? Yeah, it's 50, 40, only 43 with light armor, unfortunately. Alright, so see, big thing again, I will go into the crafting. I said gather everything, gather all the shit you can find, get your hirelings, 100% hirelings as soon as you can. They're really damn cool because you want to start getting like the purples and legendaries as much as possible. I mean, look, I'm on 74 males, so as soon as that's at 100, I'm going to do a video opening 100 hireling sort of packages and to see how much madness I get. Right, so keep up to date, fully up to date with your metalworking and your other bits and bobs, just so that way as soon as you can, you then can upgrade your armor. But also, don't be repairing your gear as well. If you're deconstructing everything and you're gathering everything, chances are by the time your stuff that you're wearing is fucked, you can then just make a new set and say, because it costs like over 1,000 gold to repair your stuff, and it's not really worth it, and it can get damaged pretty damn quick and can get way damaged after one dungeon run if everyone's doing really crap. And you don't want to be spending 1,000 gold on just repairing, so just replace it. Yeah, just deconstruct a few things and then just replace it. Even if you've not upgraded it to green or whatever, then it's a lot handier to just replace it gold wise. Right, you're going on to your mount. Actually, let me see. Actually, there's actually a good skill to use soul magic. This is a good one for some dungeons. If you can revive a guy without expending a soul gem, so that's kind of handy. Right, so you want that quite soon as well. That's just helps a bit in team fights and dungeons. Right, with the mount, you do get a mount that costs like 42,000 gold. It is not worth it whatsoever. If you haven't got the collector's edition, and you can't get the mount for 1 gold, just get the one that for 17,000, because you do need a mount more than anything. But it's not worth the extra 20 odd thousand for the one with 10 more points on it, because chances are it makes no difference in the long run whatsoever. I mean, I get it, the collector's edition, but the only thing I upgrade it with now is just backpack. That's the only thing I upgrade it with, right? Because I'll knock my backpack. I mean, not this guy. This guy is where I spent too much on his backpack itself, and my actual bank itself. I upgraded that too much. I didn't realise how much it was costing. Right, so just get him to where it's costing probably maximum 8, 9, 10,000, whatever it is, and just get that maximum, and then the rest just stick it on your extra characters. Okay. Also, then you can start moving on to stopping loads of shit going in your bank, which will be things that are trophies. You'll get them off quests left, right and centre. They do nothing, they help with nothing. They get like up to 30 from just doing one alliance, so 30 is a lot of bank space. So just fucking delete them, delete all that shit, always delete stuff like this. Obviously this could have been deconstructing. Just delete the all the style things, because you don't need them. They're only 15 gold to collect, and it's rare when you need them, and you get thousands of them just deconstructing shit. But always keep hold of your trait things, your rubies, sapphire, get rid of star metal, all stuff like that. You just want to save, because you will start going through them really fast. These always keep everything like that, everything crafting wise, just keep it on your spare characters and stuff like that till you start really using them. Right, so that's just one of the things where you'll be happy in the long term, because you've saved up a bunch, and now you can start reaping the rewards. Like for example, my other characters, I deconstruct everything with this guy. I make my like level 20 characters like full set of gear with this guy, and then when I upgrade it, it only cost me two 2 like honing stones or whatever to upgrade it, rather than if I use my original character it would cost 5. So you want to just make your main guy the best crafter. You want to sort of focus on 1 or 2 weapon skills only, but majority of the time you're gonna like overwhelm the slots with your racial skills. So really like do a bit of research into some builds and just try and focus everything around that. That way you're not just discarding skill points left, right and centre, then having to reset them all and wasting thousands, right? With your actual points here, your attributes, I mean this doesn't really super affect that much. If anything, yeah, if you are just a pure mage, you just want to split things 50-50. It's nice just getting that bit more health, stopping you being such a glass cannon. But in all honesty, it's probably always safer just to go straight even with it all, just to like help, because nothing like as a Dragon Knight you use a lot of magic, as a Templar you use a lot of magic, as a sorcerer you'll use a lot of magic. I'm not sure with Nightblade if its skills are stamina based, but I'm pretty sure there'll be magic. So everything you should be heavily investing in magic. So I'm completely not sure what Nightblade is, so correct me if it's stamina based, but chances are it'll just be magic. It's always weapon skills that cost stamina, but special abilities always cost magic, and that's just how it goes, except for like destruction staff and restoration staff, that'll be magic, right? But yeah, also try and do a bit of research, try and find out what kind of healing, what kind of ritual stone, the Mundus stone will benefit you the most. They sort of like scale up with your levels, so there's no set calculation of what it is. It's okay. You probably don't notice much of a difference, but it's better to have it on than not have it on. What else is there really? Obviously open every treasure chest you see, which is a given, but also with the maps, you can just get the add-on to find them rather than googling it. As I say, it's a bit of a hassle. Also try and always do as much as you can on the map before you move on to the next zone. Just try and do as much as you possibly can. Yeah, it may be a bit tedious and that, but really you just want to go to the next zone nice and strong and not have to struggle, because 1, you've got all your shit, 2, you've got all your mats, 3, you've got as much experience as you can prior, so you know you're not underpowered for where you need to be next, right? What else is there really? The things to not really concentrate on is stuff about your racial. The thing you shouldn't give a fuck about is this thing. Whatever your passive ability is for this thing for 15%, it's completely irrelevant, because everything you're using, if you're using something for your main, that's going to hit 50 fast as hell anyway, no matter what. So this really doesn't matter. So don't let this sway from your actual decision with your character. Do not let this like take control of any kind of like influence to what's going to be best for your build, right? But also don't look at what they are, just look at this kind of stuff, these 3, because they are pretty damn handy. They do boost up a lot of things. I mean, look at that, increase max health 12%, increase max stamina 10%. That's a beast, man. That would suit Nightblade to tits, right? And this as well, that's this, I think probably Imperial's really well sort of designed for Nightblade, just because of what his skills are. But hey, obviously I'm probably wrong with that, but definitely just do research, not heavy research like fucking hours and hours, just have a good idea and keep basically I'll summarize, just keep up to date with your crafting, because it will pay off like heavily. You'll hit 50 in every craft like super quick. Provisioning, all you need to do is run around town for all ingredients to just make a bunch of shit, and it'll level up so quick it's unreal. Hirelings, don't bother with the hirelings with them, because they just bring you like 1 bit, like 2, 3, 4 bits of food that don't help with anything kind of thing. So don't bother with the hirelings there. Enchanting's is really damn slow if you're not got anyone helping. Oh cool, check that out. Yay. Oh, that's cool, but I'm not gonna fucking use any, not for a long time. So that's never going to hit 50, not unless I get some help. But hey, so that's kind of it. Obviously, I probably repeated a lot of the stuff, but it's all just a bit of grinding. Just try and enjoy the quest. Try not miss anything. Just don't waste your gold on super upgrading backpacks and bank and trying to get the most expensive horse. And don't buy anything off the auction house or the guild auction house, because you can get every single mat just by deconstructing everything. That's how you level everything. That's how you get all the mats. Just deconstruct, gather, deconstruct, upgrade, level everything, and it's pretty damn good. Obviously, the metal extraction you can get better shit out of stuff when you're deconstructing. Yeah, I think that'll do. Let me know if there's anything you wanted me to kind of cover. Obviously, I would miss things. It's easy to miss things, but just let me know if there's anything else you want to cover, and I can do an updated video maybe in the future. But yeah, that's it. Don't forget to give it a like, subscribe, definitely comment. I want to hear you guys feedback and thoughts on things that I've said, maybe that you agree with. Also, make sure you do every single dungeon. If you don't know how to get into dungeons, right, so you press P or you group search, group in, and you look for dungeon there, right? That's what you do. I've got none available, obviously, because I'm in veteran style, right? But yeah, obviously dungeon, because some people just go on world and they're like looking for things. You're like, it just doesn't make sense. So yeah, P dungeon, group search, P veteran dungeon. But obviously, if you're in veteran mode, if you don't know how to search for dungeons, then obviously something's gone wrong, right? And obviously select your role, what you want to be, right? That's important as well. Make sure you know you're setting your correct role. And if you are being a tank, right? If you are being a tank, make sure you've got a friggin' taunt, right? The amount of tanks that come in at low levels, right? Taunt is either ransacked here, right? That is a taunt, or it's the inner fire. That is also a taunt. They're the only two taunts in game, right? And you a terrible tank if you don't have a taunt. Okay, that's obviously a magic one, and the other one is a stamina based one, right? Well, that's it, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.